Got a TWOSUN. Yeah, box got a little smashed on this one. Timber's Edge Knives got in a bunch of new TWOSUNs, and several of the boxes got smashed up like that. I think they got some new boxes on the way. I'm not sure, but in the end, is the knife dinged up? I don't think so. Yeah, I think the knife's going to be just fine. I think it was just the box. Yeah, look at this beauty. I know this logo. TKT. I'm going to have to look that up real quick. Ooh, what a beauty. What's this? Is that a screw? I think that is a screw. Huh. Oh, I bet you that's the pocket clip. It goes through, and then if you want to reverse it, sure enough, you just pull it out and you push it in from this side. That's a unique endeavor. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's get that blade out. Oh, look at this thing. Wow. This is a TS582 M390 steel, and it's numbered. This is number 60. Liner lock. Huh. Let's get rid of this packaging. This beat up packaging. Oof. Now, I do have a bunch of TWOSUNs here, new TWOSUNs, and so it's only certain ones that got, the boxes got mangled. Yep. I mean, it still works, but it's kind of beat up. All right, what's going on here? It's got a thumb flick, reverse flick. It's got a fuller, the length of the blade, basically. Yeah, that very easy to utilize. I mean, it's got a spear, a real dagger for a blade. And I think that's a front flipper right there. I mean, it goes up and all the way over the top of that. Let's just give it a run. Yep. Wow. Yeah, very cool piece. TS582 M390 stonewash blades. Got the titanium collar, the TWOSUN collar on this side, but then the maker's mark is actually the pivot on this side. So I am going to investigate that real quick. I want to be able to speak to that. And then we're going to take it apart. Okay. And yeah, so it's Todd Knife and Tool. Yep, that's the last name. I think it's maybe a husband and wife collaboration, but yeah, they have collaborated with a few OEMs, and as far as I know, it's the first TWOSUN that they've collaborated on. But it's got some signatures to it. The blade is a signature. Obviously, the pivot and the milling, the 3 holes milled into the scales through the titanium liners is kind of also a signature of theirs. Yeah, pretty cool. Yep. I mean, it's a robust piece for sure. It's got a little bit of jimping on the spine, a little bit back here where the thumb would go from the front flipper. Yeah. Let's take it apart. Tools, here we go. I'm going to see where this lines up. Helpful, I had the right size bit in there. There we go. Not super tight there, nor there. That one was a little snug. Okay. I think I might have to do the pocket clip, but maybe not. Yeah, I feel like it's holding on. Let's go ahead and get it. Is that a T6 in there? It is. Interesting. Yeah, T6. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Nice carbon fiber, titanium liners. Not a whole lot of milling for weight reduction, which with the carbon fiber scales, it doesn't really need it. Titanium backspacer. Captured pivot. I'm going to pull everything because I want to make sure there's no oil underneath that scale. Since that's locked in there, I'm going to go ahead and leave it. It's not hurting anything being in there. We should have steel, hardened steel washers in the titanium liners, which we did. There we go. Get some towel work. Beautiful blade, kind of a, I mean, you could almost call it a spear. Seems centered. It's only sharpened on one side, but definitely dagger shape. Beautiful, nice chunk of M390. Not too oily, kind of surprising, actually. It's not all oiled up, right? And this is fresh in from China. I think Timber's Edge got these in today. So, yep. These and a bunch of others, man. I've got some TWOSUN videos coming out of my skin. New models that I've never done on the channel. And so I'm excited. I love new TWOSUNs, man. It's like a box of chocolates, man. You never know what you're going to get. I've had some that visually I was like, yeah, I'm not a fan. And then I got my hands on it. I was like, I'm a big fan. And then I've got some that look like they were going to be something I would be interested in. And then just quirky off. Just enough that I was like, yeah, not really. Not for me. It's got a steel insert and a titanium scale. I think that's it. I think we're ready to put it back together. This pivot stayed put, so I should be able to put the liner down on it. Get our little tube nuts in place. Come on, man. I had you. There it is. Kind of go sparse with the liquid oily stuff. Don't have to overdo it. Backspacer is pretty cool. I mean, this is probably a good example of maybe them listening to the feedback. You have to guard that blade from in between the scales. And so designing backspacers that actually fill that void. And, you know, this one they've gotten pretty creative on. Definitely fills the void. And it's not just a simple flat piece of titanium. Yeah, nice. All right. Blade ski. I need to get my stop pin in there too. There we go. Get our bearing. A little bit of the oily stuff. Let's hit it where the detent ball runs as well. I left my washer out of there, didn't I? Sure did. Sure did. Got it. That should hold everything in place. Let's put, I'm going to put one screw in right here and check that action. I did tune that action just slightly. I don't know if that showed on camera, but I did come in here and mess with this. It felt a little stiff, and I just feel like I could have tuned that a little bit, so I did. But I want to make sure now that I don't have any issues. I can tell the difference in the action immediately. You know, somebody said a while back they didn't understand why I would take a good knife and mess with it. And it's like, I don't know. To me, it's like buying a rifle and taking it to the range, and it groups pretty good, and just going, yeah, I wouldn't mess with the precision. You know, I wouldn't polish that action. You know, honestly, I think it was the longest comment that I've ever gotten on the channel. Went to great lengths to tell me how much of an idiot I was, and that felt bad for all the idiots that watch what I do, man. Oh no. Okay. But yeah, I tuned it up a little bit. It's pretty awesome. And then had huge opinions about spine whacking them too. Really. I mean, you know what, bro? If you're still here, which God forbid you are, to be that much against what I'm doing and then still watch the videos. I mean, isn't that the thing about being online, right? Oh, but this is for you. Hello, come in. Come in. Oh my goodness. Yeah, terrible. Yeah, speaking of terrible, I mean, seems like they caught that assassin. I mean, what's going on with the world, y'all? I mean, we know what's going on, right? It's the enemy. You know, the enemy is roaming back and forth on the earth, man, looking to devour, and always looking to sow discourse and discontent, and you know, one of the interesting things is all of the. I'm going to try to put a little tension in this, but I got to be careful because it's titanium, and just the looks of it. I mean, it's not going to bend like steel would. And I always get a little nervous with something like this. Could I break it? And I'll be honest, I don't know. Like, is titanium brittle? Would that snap off right there? I don't know. I hope not. But I'm going to put this in and see if I've got tension. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I definitely created tension there. Ugh, created a bunch of tension. I gotta try to get this little T6 in there again. Gotcha. I mean, maybe I got a little tension on it. Maybe. If I did, it's a little bit. It's not a lot. Yeah, so I mean, the interesting thing is I know Charlie would have said to forgive this guy, right? That's 100% what he would say. And so therein lies the struggle, is forgiving and realizing that many on the earth are susceptible to the enemy's luring them into evil. We all are, right? Yeah, and it's just kind of surreal, man. I mean, I don't know if you got a chance to watch the actual video that was off to Charlie's left, but I mean, it showed the impact. It showed his reaction. You could see the blood. It was horrific, man. My daughter watched that video. Somehow that night, she wasn't home, but, she told me she was troubled that she had watched that video. And then, of course, once I saw it, I was like, well, yeah, how is that not troubling, man? Yeah. So, we're still in the midst of it all, right? It's still bouncing around in the ether, man. We're all still trying to figure out what it means, what to do. I know for me, I gotta have, I just, in the end, I think what it meant for me was I can't be correct for this channel. And what I mean by that is, I did that little rant, and a lot of subscribers jumped, man. And of course, that's what you would worry about, being political and picking a side on an issue or whatever, or having an opinion about it. Bringing that to your channel, you run the risk of, some of the people watching your channel don't subscribe to your beliefs or your take on things. And so you run the risk, when you take a position, you run the risk of alienating those people. And so I think it's a golden rule, whether it's in business or, your YouTube channel or whatever it is. There's a piece of that towel got in there. It was driving me nuts. I had to get it out of there. Whether it's in business or here on the channel like this, you kind of keep that stuff to yourself. You don't talk politics or religion at work, or at the bar, right? Like and I think when that happened, I realized that this space here can't be any different for me than any other space. And, I pray in public, and I move as the Holy Spirit moves me. And if I see somebody that needs help I help. And I'll profess my King always. And for some reason, I rolled with that on this channel and hinted to it, but kept it at bay, at a distance. And that thing with Charlie Kirk, 100% convinced me that I can no longer do that. I'm going to be vocal about these subjects and these things and where I'm coming from with them, and my faith and how I see these things. And if you don't agree with that, I mean, you can hang out, you can comment below and go, well, I don't agree with that. I think it's this. And I guess just like Charlie, hey, I'm open for discourse. When and if the conversation becomes disrespectful, I mean, all you got to do is read the rules of the channel. Be nice, right? Like if you can't be nice, then I go find another outlet where it's acceptable to not be nice. But this ain't that space. I know that night in that first video, I said something about people's moms or whatever, and yeah, there was some anger, and so I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't lash out like that. Being antagonistic. There's no reason for me to do that. It's just anger and wanting to somehow go against what had happened. And in the end, it's not my job to go against it. It's my job to, spread the good news and be a good servant unto my king. And so, yeah. So there's that. And here's this. The action on this, reverse flick, thumb flick, the fullers are awesome. Even that front flipper works really nice. It's got good ergonomics. And like a lot of these knives coming right now, this one's knocked down, but I think that I could make this knife much nicer by just rolling these edges a little bit. They're not sharp. I did a newer model within the last month or so, and it had pretty sharp edges. Like there was no knockdown. This one's been beveled, but I think I could roll it and really transform this knife. And this one's probably mine, so I may do that. They have several more that are new in the box, unpackaged, unwrapped, and I'm sure those are the ones that they'll be selling. But I may go ahead and see if I can't clean this one up. This is me all day long. The action is probably an A to an A minus. The ergonomics on this, yeah, I can 100%. It's got this grip in it, which is where I would want to be with this knife. But it's got a reverse grip if that's your thing. Yeah, wonderful. Let's check the pocket clip. Start with the big stuff. Oh yeah, so one thing I didn't take into account is that little dimple there in the clip. And yeah, that's the tension right there. There's no way I could fall down a mountain tumbling like have you seen like those mountain goats come off the cliff being chased by an eagle or whatever? Yeah, I mean, I could do that head over heels thing, and when I hit the bottom, that knife would still be in that pocket. Wow. Yeah, very nice. Let's do it on standard jean size material, which is represented here in this inner pocket. Very nice. I mean, maybe 1/4 of an inch sticking out. Very subtle, subdued. So if you're kind of more of a concealed pocket carry type person, this thing definitely disappears in the pocket. And then my spot in the back pocket. And this knife is definitely big enough, in my opinion, to be back pocket fodder. And that little dimple also would aid in getting it out. Yeah, just the side of the finger on it and pull. And pull. Yeah. Oh, the tension on it. I mean, I might have messed up. Got too much tension on it. Wow. Yeah, very nice. Check it for safety. It's got a great backspacer. The way that they did that just filled that space with that little bit, and they didn't have to have another screw. It's being held by this back screw. I like it. This jimping is combat stuff, but the way that they did it, it's really recessed. It does not have a lanyard hole, which, you know, doesn't bother me because I'm not a big lanyard person. What about the tip? Tip's nice and recessed, so there's no catching it. The pocket clip's awesome. Tip's good. Can handle this knife any way I want. As long as it's closed, I'm not going to catch that tip. And it's got a nice little detent on the bottom. Just snaps it in. Yep. And I don't think I could shake that out of there. Nope. We already spine whacked it, so let's check that M390. Big, tall, flat grind on this blade. Did you even hear that on the mic? I don't think I can hear it go through that paper. That's how insanely sharp this knife is. Wow, is that sharp? Yeah, crazy. Crazy, super sharp out of the box. You know, sometimes you got to strop a knife to try to bring that edge up, but not this thing. Wow, is this thing phenomenal. Let me give you a price because they're selling them over there at Timber's Edge Knife. TS582 and M390. How much are they? Okay, so TS582, these are going to be $130. And if you subscribe, make sure you watch for the email that they send you because you'll need that email to activate it. But if you'll subscribe, that gets us down around 117 or so. You know, just shy of like 120. And that's no tax-free shipping. So to your door for just under 120 bucks. Pretty good deal for M390 carbon fiber, full titanium pocket clip. Yeah, pretty neat piece. Hey, I appreciate y'all watching.